Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the 5Cs. This is Planet Head. Uh, gonna continue on my try to revamp the video making that I'm doing. Focus more on um, what I want to talk about rather than me just jabbering on about inane stupidity. So, I'm trying something new. I'm sure there's better ways to do this video wise, but I'm just trying to jump into it and do it. Um, Yesterday and today, I've been out getting killed a little bit, but definitely learning a few things. One thing I've talked about in the past is maybe recording some of the fights and then reviewing them and seeing where I messed up and what I need to learn. So let's just jump right into those. Again, if you've never seen the videos that I make, um, they can be really kind of cheap. And the ships that I fly are cheap. I'm trying to learn the basics on my own of PvP right now. So we'll jump right into it. Yesterday, I tried my first hand at overheating um, my rifters that I fly and the guns and things, and just basically still working on. I'm really bad at PvP, but working on each part of it. So I was able to start recording each small fight right before I jump in. I record the fight, and then when I die, I end the video. And what I found is I was able to go back in and watch it. If you notice here, I started labeling the different ships that I fight so that maybe I could go back in quick and look at them. And I really learned a lot yesterday watching the slasher that I'm sorry, yeah, I think it was a slasher that I died to yesterday. I just like less than 10 minutes ago died to this Punisher. So I haven't looked at that one yet. I thought I would do that one live, and maybe you guys see some things that I could work on as well. I'm sure there's a ton of them. But let's just jump into the slasher part of here. The nice part about this is um, pulling up the video here. I'm going to go ahead. It's on the other screen. I just want to minimize stuff here. Minimize Eve client. Jump over here. There we go. And press play. I can pause it wherever I want to. So right here, as you can see, um, hopefully I'm overlaying my current video with my face here. Hopefully that's not weird. I might have to minimize my thing there. Um, but got the slash on D-scan. Unfortunately, you can't see here. I'll have to change that a little bit. Again, ongoing updates. But Slasher on my D-scan, I've been able to figure out that he is in this novice belt. So good there. Slasher is a T1 frigate. I want to take on those guys. They're still going to kill me. I'm not that good yet, but at least I'm not going up against things that I'm out of my depth with. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Again, this isn't too long. It's less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so I died pretty quickly. But we're going to go ahead and warp in. Um, and the best part about reviewing this yesterday was I had assumed I had messed up one way, which I messed up probably multiple ways, but one way with the thermodynamics, and I actually didn't mess that up. Well, I did, but not in the way I thought I did. So I went out, watched a video to learn about thermodynamics, and okay, so you notice here I'm warping into the gate or the acceleration gate. One thing I have learned in prior turns is do not warp directly to the acceleration gate. My understanding is you can still take the gate, it's not a problem, but also sometimes if you warp to the acceleration gate and there's people sitting on the gate that are trying to kill you, you can get stuck on that gate if you're trying to warp away. So you always want to warp 10 to 20 kilometers off of it. So that is one thing I've learned. Haven't been caught by it, but I did get stuck on a gate one time. Actually, last night when I was fleeted up. So here. Actually, I'm so used to seeing this, I'm wanting to activate the gate, but that's just the recording. So we'll go ahead and get going here. And hopefully you learn from my mistakes too, if you're watching this, or you can see some spots. Definitely there's going to be some spots that I can fix here. So we're going to warp in. I'm going to go ahead and pause it here right when I get in spot. Notice here, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. I've warped in. I've still got the slasher right here. If you notice, I'm still using uh, the general tab. One thing I changed in my next fight was I actually created a tactical tab. This one wasn't created, it was just the tab was made, but it was still the same. Doesn't really help me. Um, but the next video I have actually created a tactical tab which helps in my targeting and seeing things that are out there. So another good bonus there. So, and I see here I've got my guy that I'm trying to fight. He's 5,000 meters away. If you notice here, just 2 minutes left, so I'm going to die pretty quick. And frigate fights shouldn't be that long anyway. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And so I've been able to start to target him, and I've also sent myself to get close to him. Now let's see here. This is the best part about rewinding that. I approach him, so I'm not circling him, I'm approaching him. I'm trying to punch him in the face versus warp in and get around him. This way, if he does move, I just keep moving with him. I'm thinking, I don't know if that's the right way, but I'm going to keep moving with him. I literally just want to punch him as I can and learn from that experience. Later on, I'll learn the other sides. So, got this going on here. He's targeted. He's at 1,300 kilometers or 1,300 meters, 1,700 meters. I've now been able to lock him down. I've got him webified and warp scrambled. So I'm pretty happy with that. He's within range. Maybe I should have started shooting at him earlier than this. As soon as I got him targeted. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you can hit your gun and target, and then maybe that's something I should do. Hit the gun and point at him, because then it will target him and start firing as soon as it targets. So that is something I need to do. Just learned that right now watching this video. So that is something that I could update on. Speed is killer in PvP. I think the way you can move your ship around. It isn't. I'm learning more and more. It isn't about your skills as much as your fit, as much as your ability to fly your ship. So I think each one of those has its third realm, and none of them I'm good at yet. So good. So I haven't started fighting, and there we go. Notice here he has now nullified me. I think that's a nullification. He's also scrammed me, webbed me, and that's a bonus that's coming from the area. And he started hitting me. Notice here, I still haven't started shooting him yet. Not good. I have him targeted. He's within range. I should have shot him right now. And he's also taking some energy away from me. This is where it gets bad. And he hit me once there. So I've got all of this going. Now, here's the kicker. And this is where I made my first major mistake. I thought, I didn't look it up with thermo. I tried to overheat here. I tried to overheat my guns. I actually got them firing. My group does miss him completely. And I got to think about that. But I tried to overheat my guns. I was trying to do the right thing, so I hit the rack here. Turns out, and I'm not 100% sure on this part of it, but you don't overheat individual items by hitting the rack. I thought it would overheat this whole area. It actually overheated all of this up here, which really put me in a lurch, and I didn't notice it. Again, I'm still learning. So here, you'll see here, I start to overheat all of this over here, even though my middle one here is done. Now I start to get befuddled. I'm like, why am I not overheating? Why have I only hit him for just a little bit? Now I'm flustered. I'm going to keep going here. If you notice, all this stuff is starting to overheat. He's neuting me, and I'm running out of my energy here. My stuff here is about to shut down on me. I'm doing a little bit of damage finally, but I'm trying to. Now I'm just grasping at straws. He hasn't killed me yet. I've still got some hull and some structure, but now I'm like, what's going on here? Why am I not doing? Why am I not doing as much damage as he is? And now I'm completely out of energy, and everything is overheated here. So I'll just let myself die here because I just get flustered. Long story short, uh, after this video, it was worth the death because I learned a couple of things. Number A, my targeting here, I got flustered, so I couldn't really tell if anybody was coming in. I wasn't able to descan. Um, and as you can see here, I die right there. But still, like I said, a learning experience. Throw a good fight in there. He throws a good fight. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Um, and then I'm out. But I learned from it. Happy. Um, and I check him out just to see who he is. That's cool. Uh, but things that, and obviously there's other things in the video, but you want to focus. I never like to try to focus on more than three things to try to fix at a time. Number one was overheating. I didn't do correctly. Um, Number two was I didn't have a tactical display. And number three, I lost control of what I was trying to do at one point, and then I was just kind of grasping at straws when things weren't working. Um, like anything, I think you need to take a breath. Stop, take a breath. Maybe you're going to die, maybe you're not, but at least try to work on it. So part of it is to maybe focus a little bit more on my D scan or things that are around. I couldn't tell you how I knew I was in range of him, but I wasn't focused on any of his tactics. So great learning experience there. So that's that one. Um, and I'm got my thinking cap background on here with Rayla, just sitting right out here. Second video was the one that I just died to. Have not looked at this yet. Here we go. Is the Punisher? That's the one I'm currently making. So we'll just go ahead and pull this one up. Takes me less than 2 minutes to die. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop and talk about what's going on here. So I think I did a little bit better with this one. Number one, I've got my new tactical screen up here. I'm not saying it's perfect yet. I didn't download any pre-made overview things. I made my own. I'm sure there's ways I can upgrade it, but what I want to do is simplify and only put ships in there and also drones in there for two reasons. One, to be able to shoot the drones if somebody's using the drones against me, but number two, if somebody leaves some drones around. I just picked up two Hobgoblin 2s. They're worth like a couple $100,000. Yes, but they were free. So just flying around and finding those lying around are great. But those are the only two things other than this Amar infrastructure hub. I wanted to keep one thing that I could try to warp away to. Wasn't able to this time, but it gives me one thing that I can. Over here, bonus here is I was able to, you can't see it down below because of my stupid picture, but I'm working on my D scanning. I've got my D scan down to 1 AU out of 360 to see who's coming in. I will say this, during the entire fight, there were other people in system who are coming and going, I think. And I was actually in this site first. The reason being, I was trying to get into a fight with another guy. He kept warping away. And then I saw that this guy in the Executioner rolled in. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay here and try to fight him and die. So I got a little bit more comfortable flying when he came in. I think if I remember correctly, I again just tried to roll in and punch him in the face. And I did pretty well for a little while. Then he started repairing himself, and my ship is not a active repairer, so that's where I think he got me. I'm sure there were other things that he could do. He's been around for a little while, but I was able to get pretty good with that. So now one thing I could have done when I saw it, now that I'm thinking about it, this is my first thought on this, is I've got my different ammo here. I know it's an Executioner. If I know the ships that I have, I've got 3 different types of ammo. While I'm waiting for him to come in, I could be switching up my ammo down here to something that would work better against Executioners. So that's one thing. Other people I've watched them, they're fantastic. They can do it mid-fight. I have no idea how to do that. And I don't think it's a really smart idea to do it with a frigate if you're going one-on-one. I don't think you have enough time. Especially with the squishy ones like this Tech 1. But, so he's about to warp in. This is different from the other one. I warped in there. So if I remember correctly, I had decided to just circle. Yep, I am circling the beacon here at 1,000. So because I'm thinking he's going to warp in there, I want to get as close as possible. Um, I'm liking this. Obviously, I'm going to make mistakes, but at least I'm coming up with plans. Uh, if you're just going to do something willy-nilly, you won't learn anything from it. Come up with a plan. If it doesn't work, it gives you something to work on. So let's see what happens here. Sorry to hold this up. So I'm warping in and waiting for him to come in. Still waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I've got my afterburner on. See that I will show you this. Notice how a few more people came in. That was something that I'm very happy with my D scan the whole time through. If I remember correctly, I saw these guys come in. I had my D scan up here. I think I was smart enough to hit V a couple times to shortcut it, to keep an eye out to see if he was just a scout for other people to come in and kill. Turns out, doesn't think he was, or he just realized I was so squishy he didn't need any help. So good. We'll go ahead and keep playing here. But I did notice this, so that was good. Okay, here he comes. So, Calvary Himalaya, sounds good. Fantastic. Um, but he's warping in, and again, maybe I might have been able to do that because he gets that first punch in again. Maybe I definitely need to change up my tactic, and rather than um, target him, then fire, you can hit your gun and it will bring up the targeting screen. I don't care if I lose a little bit of ammo if he's out of range. Any hits are good. So that's something that I'm going to get on. That'll be a number one try, next one. So let's see here. He's right on me. So my goal of being right on that warp-in area worked. Let's see here. So he's already got me. Notice here, he's already got me tackled. So he's pretty good. He knows what he's doing. And I've been able to, at this point right here, I was able to tackle him. And I'm firing. Okay, so that's better than the last time. Good, good, good. And I'm going now. He's hammering me here. And he's got me tackled. But he doesn't have me webified. And I didn't notice that. So maybe if I would have gone to pull away from him, I might have been able to get out of his tackling and get away. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's been a hot minute since I fought him. I'm starting to take some armor damage, but this was pretty cool. I've actually done some damage to him, so I'm like, oh wait, I'm actually doing damage. He still hasn't webified me, and I'm not taking as much armor damage because I think I adjusted my fit. So now if you notice here, he's doing 120, I'm doing 16. Ha! He's grazing me and I'm missing here. So interesting. So we'll just keep going here. See that? I would 100 billion times suggest doing this. Record your videos. This has been fantastic the last 2 days. I'm learning a ton of what I do rather than trying misremembering what I'm doing. So still, down in my armor here, his shields are not doing the greatest in the world. So I'm happy with that. Good, good, good. So I'm still taking some damage there. I'm still scanning over here, making sure nobody's coming after me. And I'm at 1,000 here. At some point here, I decide I'm happy with this, even though it didn't work. I was like, let's try something. Let's try and pull away and come back. Pull away and come back. I'm not really sure what I was trying to do there, but I was at least trying to do something. So now I'm into his armor, and this is where it gets interesting. I was like, hey, what is going on here? I'm into his armor, he's into my armor, but I'm catching up here. And this is where I lose faith. Because if I'm not mistaken, boom, he heals his armor up right there. So I was like, oh no, he's just going to ping me down. So keep on going here. I keep hitting him. I think at this point I might have just gone straight at him. And I'm firing. He's not firing at me right now, so maybe he changed up his ammo. I'm not sure. because now he's hitting me for more. And I've got him down to this much right now. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And now he's hitting me for 270, 270. So he might have switched over his ammo. I'm now hitting him. I'm like, if you notice, I'm feeling I'm going to die. But there's a lot of things here that if tactically I didn't recognize this, I might have been able to get out of this. But look at that. I actually got somebody into their structure. And then, unfortunately, at this point, um, I hit warp away, and he actually tackled me right away. So he is a fast tackler, and he was able to catch my pod and go ahead and blow me up. So that was kind of fun. I actually liked it, reviewing those there. Hopefully it comes out well in the video here. How long we got left? So that took about 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to do that a lot more often, especially over the weekends, at least one a week, and just save videos. I do want to say we were able to get, me and Reese, were able to get, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, his last name of some of his characters is R-I-I-S. We fleeted up last night for the first time on Discord, and I was able to help him. We couldn't find a good fight. We had a couple close encounters, but nobody really wanted to take us on. He was using his alt for faction warfare, so we were able to get him some LPs by taking out an MR site there, if I remember correctly. But really good practice fleeting up, and just good flying with somebody else. So if you're interested, I will be trying to definitely fleet up on Sundays. That's my one day that I'm really 100% free. And I'm going to be flying with my Rifters for a little while as I learn the tactics in flying ships. But if anybody's interested and want to join, other times I might be available to fly, especially like today. This evening I might be on and be playing, and if I'm free and not doing anything, I'll be able to do it. And maybe late Tuesday nights. And it could be almost any time. If you see me on, if you want to go out and shoot some stuff with some frigates, feel free. Or if you want to go shoot some stuff and have me go in and tackle them, I have no problem with that. The more practice I get, the better. But Discord channel is up. If you want to message me in game or send me a mail in game, it's Robert Gouldshaw. And is that Mr. Robert Gouldshaw. I'm going to keep learning. Reese and I were able to bounce some ideas off of each other last night. And I might switch my other character on my account, Amos, over to Faction Warfare. I want to keep... There's two things I've noticed. Faction Warfare will give you more information on war targets, and will give you something else to do by taking over sites. But you do have to fight the NPCs that are in the area, and it limits the number of guys you can fight, because if you're Minmatar or Galente, you shouldn't be fighting other Minmatar and Galente faction warfare people. So there are bonuses and negatives to that. Flying around as my neutral guy here, I can pretty much fight anybody. And right now that's all I'm wanting to do. I know I'm going to die, but it's giving me a lot of good practice. So I was really happy there. I'm really looking forward. I have one kill so far, but that was such a cheap kill. You saw this last fight. I'm going to try to think about it a little bit more, work on my tactics, maybe fit out the ship a little, maybe find some way to heal. I'm not sure yet, or take more damage. But I'm going to be really happy the first time I'm able to really get into a fight and kill somebody or get out of it. One thing that I didn't videotape yesterday was I was able to recognize a trap and get out of it. Now, I had tried to record it. I noticed that I didn't. I was so happy with myself. The fact that I wasn't able to kill anybody, but I was able to recognize what was going on by flying around in an area. And I was able to kind of scout an area. If some other people would have been with me, that would have been kind of cool. We could have just flown back in and had a big fight. So, and the irony was, when I noticed it and I was flying away, two other people flew in and didn't see it, and they died. So I really wish I would have gotten a copy of that, so I'll try to keep doing that. But other than that, that's today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to message me in game at Robert Gouldshaw. If you want the Discord channel, feel free to. Or you can join us on the 5Cs. That's our in-game chat. We're getting a few more people into it every so often. Mostly focused on people who play solo who just want to join up and have fun. Uh, uh, and if you've got limited time to play, this is a place for you to come if you want to join it. Other than that, hey, I'm going to get something to eat and eat well because I did a lot of housework today. Placed the floor again, or finished it, and then cleaned the gutters. You didn't even know about that. Leaving all this stupid talk to the end, so you can get out of here if you want. And fixed the dishwasher, so I was pretty happy with that. So I am going to eat well and then take a nap and then get back out here playing tonight. So, alrighty. Have fun. Fly safe. Fly dangerous. No. It is, the tagline is, God, I gotta get this down. The tagline is good luck and stay alive. There we go. Good luck and stay alive. Alrighty. Have a good one. Bye bye.